Hi, my name is Althea, and this is my video to apply to become a Pravana educator. So I hope you will consider me for the part after this video. Thank you so much. I'm going to be teaching a class today about gray coverage and how to achieve the best results for gray hair. I'm going to start with a little bit about the company, about Pravana. It was started in 2004 by Steve Goddard, a 30-year veteran of the industry. It was created by stylists for stylists, and Pravana is committed to being environmentally friendly. It's committed to creating products that are safe for the stylist as well as the client, and they also give to charities like City of Hope. I've been a hairdresser since 1995, and for the last 20 years I have used many different color lines and hair care lines, and Pravana is my favorite hands down. I love the company, and I love all the products. So today we're going to be talking about gray coverage. More specifically, I'm going to be talking about what you would do for a root touch-up or on the regrowth, and just how to achieve great color results on gray hair. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to have a consultation with your client. We're going to kind of go step by step here. So with the consultation, the client's going to sit down. You're going to talk about what does the client want to achieve. What are they looking for with their color? And while they're talking about that and you're asking them some questions, you're going to be analyzing their hair. You're going to look at not only their texture and their density, but you're going to see how much gray hair they have. Anywhere from 25, 50, 75 to 100% gray hair. They may have 0%, and that's awesome too. So you're going to be talking to the client, and while you are talking with them about what they want to achieve and where they see their, going with their hair, you're going to be analyzing it. Once you have done your consultation, you analyze the hair, and you figured out what the percentage of gray hair is, you're going to do a very important step that gets missed very often in the beauty salons anymore. You're going to divide the hair. You're going to have 4 sections. You're going to have 2 in the front, 1, 2, and then 2 in the back, 3 and 4. You're going to neatly divide those off into 4 sections. And then you're going to get the client nice and comfortable, and you're going to go and you're going to formulate your color. So that's where we're going to get into our next step, formulating for gray hair. So if they have 0% gray, or maybe they have just a few sporadic pieces, 1 here, 1 there, use their target color. Whatever it is that they want it to be, use that target color. You should be good to go. And as far as the gray hair goes, you're not going to get any tricky colors from the gray hair. If they are 25% gray, you're going to do 75% of their target color, 25% of the natural N series. If they're 50% gray hair, you're going to do 50% of their target color and 50% of a natural or gold series. If they are 75% or higher, you're going to do 75% of your natural or gold series to 25% of the target color. As you can see, the higher their gray hair is, the less of the target color that you're going to be using. So you want to make sure that you are balancing the amount of gray hair they have to your formula so that you don't wind up with a color that you didn't want. Say you're doing a warm color like coppers and reds. If you don't use enough of your natural or gold series, you could wind up with some pink hair, or you could wind up with just very, very bright roots, and the color just won't blend, it won't match, it won't look natural. So it's very important to think about that as you're getting ready to apply your color. Something else you want to keep in mind too, though, when you are formulating for that color and you're formulating for a certain percentage of gray hair, remember that you are formulating for the highest percentage of gray hair. So if they're 100% here in the top, 50% in the back, your formula is going to reflect that 100% of gray hair, or 50% of gray hair up here and none back here. You're still formulating for that 50% of gray hair. So everything will kind of flow after that, and then you'll have really nice color results. So once you have your target color and your formula mixed up, you are going to do 20 volume developer for full gray coverage. That should be all that you need. The ratio on that is also very important. You want to do 1 part of the color formula to 1.5 parts of the developer. If it's not mixed right, your color may not quite grab right or turn out right. So you want to do that. That also is really nice because the thing with Pravana color is that you get it kind of stretches out the life of your color by being able to have a higher ratio on the developer. So 1 part color, 1.5 parts of your developer. And when you are mixing your formula, you want to make sure that when you are mixing it with the base color, your natural or gold series, you might be questioning, well, when do I use natural? When do I use gold? So let's talk about that for just a moment. We're going to look at our book here, and Pravana does a very nice job at kind of dividing that off for us. So in the book, you've got your cool shades on one side, and you've got your warmer shades on the other. If they're a cool color and you're using, a cooler base color, blue or violet type of base, you're going to mix it with your natural. Color results will be awesome. Now, if they are a warm base color, you're going with coppers or reds or something like that, you have a choice to make. You can go with the gold series. The gold series, or the 0.3, is going to keep the color vibrant, but it'll still add enough of that natural element to the gray hair so that it doesn't turn out too bright. Now let's say they like these colors but they don't want to be bright, then you may choose to use the natural series, and that would kind of tone down a little bit of that brightness, but it'll still give them some real pretty color and at the end. Okay, so you've done your consultation. You've analyzed the hair. You know how much gray they have now. Oh, this isn't quite working for me. And you're ready to apply. Where do you apply first? Well, you're going to apply where the gray hair is the heaviest. On most people, it's going to be all around the front hairline, in the top, temple areas, okay? So remember, we've got our 4 sections. So you're going to start in the top. Section 1, then you apply section 2, and then you work your way, sections 3 and 4. Once you have all the regrowth completely covered, you can process for anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes, depending on how resistant their hair is. If they have resistant hair, feel free to let it process for 45 minutes. Let it sit on there and let it really take, and you won't be sorry. Now, let's talk a little bit more about what resistant gray hair. If you have a client and you've done their color, and you've got this beautiful color, but you've got these areas that just didn't seem to take as well, and that can happen. One of the ways, there are many different ways that people will achieve better coverage, but one of the ways that Pravana has educated people on what to do with that is when you mix your formula, you've done your consultation, you've analyzed the hair, you know what their percentage is of gray hair, and you've gone back and you've mixed their formula, do not mix their developer yet. So take a little bit of that formula that you have and just apply just a tiny bit of it on those really resistant areas. A lot of times in the temple areas is where people are going to have a lot of gray hair. And that can be very resistant there. So you're just going to take some of your color and you're going to brush it on there. Okay, then you'll go back, put your 20 volume develop, go ahead and mix your ratios, put your 20 volume develop in there, whisk it up, and you go back and you go ahead and apply right over that color and apply it all over the head. And that should help it to take a whole lot easier. So I hope that helps. I hope that you guys are able to go and fight that gray hair and get people looking good and feeling pretty and get them back here in 4 weeks so they'll be ready to touch up their regrowth again.